my son suddenly asked me a question that seemed simple, but it was sharp, just like his eyes. "Dad, if the ship sinks in the middle of the sea and only you know how to swim, who would you save, Grandma or Mom and me?" This question was like a flash of light in my mind, not because it was difficult, but because of the profound meaning behind it. I looked at my son for a long time. His eyes didn't just contain curiosity. They were also a reminder that everything in life is a lesson to grow, to face, and to overcome. I sat down next to him and pulled him close. "You want to know what I would do, right? Let me tell you." It wasn't just an answer, but a way of life I had lived and the way I had faced every challenge in my life. Do you know, when I started projects like SpaceX or Tesla, the whole world thought I was crazy. But I've learned that in life, we are never limited by fixed choices. Questions like whom to save in a sinking ship aren't questions with only two answers. They are challenges that force us to find a third way, a path that we create with our wisdom and actions. If the ship were sinking, I wouldn't panic because the most important thing in any situation is to stay calm. I wouldn't just accept saving one person and letting the other go. I would immediately find a way to save everyone. How? I would use everything around me, a floating piece of wood, a life jacket left behind, or even the ship itself as it sinks. If Grandma was closer, I'd push her to grab onto something floating first. Then I'd come back to save Mom and you. If both of you were equally far, I'd tell you both to stay calm while I create a temporary floating object from whatever I could find. Son, technology is for life, not just for sending people to Mars or building self-driving cars. It exists in every moment we face adversity. Technology is how we use our minds and resources to protect and enhance the value of life. But, my son, I also want you to understand that sometimes life forces us to make the hardest choices. If I had to choose one person to save, I would choose to save Mom and you, not because Grandma is less important, but because she taught me how to swim. She once told me that if one day I had to make a choice, I should choose the one that ensures the future can continue. And I know, Grandma is a great woman, full of love and sacrifice. Your question, son, isn't just about whom to save. It's a lesson on how we view and face problems in life. The world always presents us with challenges to sharpen our thinking, and sometimes to find solutions. You need to overcome what others think are limitations. Life doesn't just have two paths. Sometimes you need to create the third one yourself. And when you do that, you don't just change your own world, you might change the future of humanity. Remember this, son, there is no adversity that can't be overcome as long as you trust your mind. Stay strong, and always act in the right way. By doing so, you won't just live a life worth being proud of, but you'll also leave a legacy for future generations. And that, son, is the most meaningful thing of all.